Hi guys, today we will model a reference photo we got from Pinterest using 3ds Max. First, we will model the walls, floor and the ceiling. For this, I am using a plane. I drew 800 by 800 plane and kept the segment gaps at 1. Then I used a box to draw the walls. While placing the box on the plane, I used the snap tool above. Shortcut is S. Next, I convert this to an editable poly. Here, I applied an extrude of 20 cm. Then I applied 90 cm extrusion to draw the side wall. To create the window opening, I created another box. I placed it while Snap was still active. Then I used the attach command to merge these two wall parts. I named the shapes I drew as floor and wall. After that, I save it to my computer. By copying the floor, I created the ceiling above. I applied the chamfer command to it, but because auto removal was selected, I reset it and entered value of 1 with the inner removal tool. I got the ceiling the way I wanted. Then I created a basic color for the metal parts using the Corona material and assigned it to base color. At this point, I checked if my render settings were set to Corona by using the shortcut F10. Then I added a Corona camera to my scene. I placed it 1 meter above the ground. I adjusted my camera angles. Then I set the Instagram ratio to 1.8 for the post I'm going to share on Instagram, and I locked it. I did the general camera settings from here. Now it's time to light the scene. I created a corona light in the window opening area. I drew a corona light the side of the window opening. I reviewed my camera settings again. I took an interactive render and light slowly start to enter our space. Also, while drawing my projects, I would like to mention the project manager, which saves me time. It contains thousands of models and they all have high quality textures. You can easily get very realistic renders. However, since there are so many models, it can be quite challenging to choose the right model during the project design. As you can see, it contains all kinds of models. All you have to do is select a model and drag it to your scene. It will come to your scene with its textures. You don't need to import any textures into your stage. This is my favorite feature of this plugin. I selected a chair from these and continued with my scene. Of course, I occasionally take an interactive render to control the light's position and its reflection on objects. I slowly added other objects to my scene, decoration items and rug. Here we added a vase and flowers. Then I added curtains to the scene. Based on the camera angle, I need to adjust the length and width. I also remove unnecessary parts from the modeling, like blinds, because we want the light to enter and leave a nice reflection. I checked the other material here. I checked the curtain material here. Additionally, I converted the materials to Corona. Then we added a lamp to the scene. Again, I adjusted its placement and position according to the camera angle. Since I didn't want the video to be too long, I sped it up a bit, so you can slow it down as you wish while watching. After adding all the materials to the scene, we went to the Corona light for the necessary light settings. We make the necessary adjustments here. At this point, it is important to keep the reference image we took from Pinterest side by side with our render. We need to check where and how the light is coming from. Based on that, we can tweak our Corona light settings. Here we go over each material individually. In the material editor, we converted the individual materials to Corona material. We adjust their reflections. Here we selected a wall material. After selecting the wall materials, you can modify them as you wish in the material editor. Again, using an interactive render, I checked the wall and the metal places and other materials we took. Here we placed a flooring texture. I used a texture from the project manager. I like this one. It turned out quite nice. But we still have an issue with the lighting. I am trying to adjust it to the saturation level I want by increasing and decreasing it using various settings. Here I played with the directionality value of the lights to create soft shadows under the object. I tried values of 0.4, 0.45 or 0.5 here. I couldn't get the desired lighting, so I decided to modify the wall. Here we started getting the shadow I wanted, but it's still not enough. I updated my render settings and played with the directionality value of the light. Finally, I started to get the shadows I wanted under the legs of the chair. Here I'm tweaking different settings again. Since I didn't like the lightning in the scene, I'm searching for another lamp. It's really hard to choose a model among so many. After selecting a model, I made the necessary adjustments again and took the final render. We are observing the texture of the sofas, the texture of the carpet, and the shadow from the light coming through the window. As you can see, we can create various scenes just by changing the color of the materials in the material editor. For example, I created two more different scenes, one in colorful and one in gray tones. I hope you liked it. See you in the next video. Bye bye.